afternoon all. So in this master answer 1 course, in the model 1 of molecular diffusion. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about experimental determination of gas diffusivity. Okay, so in the previous lecture 8, we have seen the prediction of gas diffusivity and liquid diffusivity, and we have solved some numericals for determining the liquid diffusivity using the empirical equation. Okay, so and also we have seen some empirical equation for gas diffusivity. So we have seen there is an empirical equation Fuller et al, which says that DAB is proportional to T power 1.5. So DAB is inversely proportional to 1.75 and DAB is directly proportional to T power 1.75 and inversely proportional to P according to Fuller et al. Okay. So with respect to Gilliland equation, so DAB is proportional to T power 1.5. Okay. And in these equations, these VA and VB are atomic volumes values. We can take it from the literature or table. Okay, so we will do a numerical using this Fuller et al equation. So if you have not attended previous class, please note down this. So using this formula, we will do a problem using Fuller et al equation. Take down a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Predict the diffusivity using Fuller et al equation. You can say formula Fuller et al equation for the following conditions. Okay, first case is pressure is 1 atmosphere, temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. Second case, pressure is 2 atmosphere, temperature is same. And third case, we have pressure being same, temperature being doubled. Okay, so before that, so you to make use of that Fuller et al equation, so we are using Fuller et al equation. You should remember that temperature should be substituted in Kelvin. Okay, pressure should be substituted in atmosphere. So DAB we will get in meter square per second. I will again show the equation. So DAB is equal to 10 power minus 7 T power 1.75 1 by MA 1 by MB power square root, so power of, so pressure, total pressure, summation of VA power 1 by 3 summation of VB power 1 by 3 whole square. So don't forget the square, some people forget this. Okay, so this volume values I'll give. So values, if you can refer, please refer, or you can take from here and from the book. We'll get it is in 16.5, H is 2.31, O is 5.48. Okay. So what is A, what is B? You please be clear. What will you do? Summation of VA needs to be found. So you have two compounds. A is CO, B is hydrogen. So what are the molecular weights of A and B? You know, this numerator term A and B, right? So 12 plus 16, 28. This is 2 kg per kg mole. Right? So we have molecular weights of A and B. We know this is carbon monoxide. So how to get summation of VA? It is number of atoms multiplied by its V values, right? So how many? One carbon, one oxygen. So 1 into 16.5 plus 1 into 5.48 gives you the summation of VA values, right? Summation of VA is equal to 1 into volume of carbon plus 1 into volume of oxygen. So if 1 into value is given plus 1 into value is given. Similarly, PB is equal to H2, right? That means 2 times volume of hydrogen atom. So 2 into, what is the value for hydrogen given, one of you?
2.31.
2.31. Carbon?
16.5.
16.5. For oxygen? One of you?
5.48.
Very good. Okay. So you get the values. Okay. So since we have three cases of the same problem in the same problem, what we can do is we can simplify the expression. What is the given expression? We have DAB is equal to, there are two terms except temperature and pressure. You can determine what is the value of that. Okay, so what are the remaining terms here? You have 10 power minus 7 square root of 1 by MA plus 1 by MP, right? And we have this whole square, right? What is that? Summation of EA power 1 by 3 plus summation of EB power 1 by 3. Okay. So this value you can determine and write so that it is easy for us to solve all the three cases, right? Because only temperature and pressure are changing in three cases given here, right? So there are three cases, temperature and pressure, difference is there. So we can easily determine if we find out this value for us, okay? So one of you tell your name and then value, okay?
8.515 into 10 to the power minus 5.
So I am not asking DAB value, I want this value. How much? This value. You are answering this value?
No, sir. 1 second.
Yeah, please.
Sir, that constant value will be 3.668 into 10 power minus 9.
Your name?
Pratyush.
Yes, constant value is
3.668
into
10 power minus 9.
okay. Anybody else? Please counter
Sir,
it.
sir,
Could you please roll up?
3.668 into 10 power minus 5.
5 you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Pratyush, will you verify? What is your name? Murtaza.
Sir, yes, sir.
3 point?
Sir, same only I'm getting the power 10 power minus 5.
Any other answers?
I am getting 9.
Yes,
So
name?
3.66853 into 10 to the power minus 5.
Your name?
Anushka.
Anushka. Anybody else?
3.66 into 10 to power minus 9.
Who is this?
Manish.
No, sir, so 9. Minus 9 is there.
Money, eh?
It's not 5.
So 3.73 into 10 power minus 9.
Your name? Name?
So, Naveen, sir.
Navi. Yeah, Murtaza, will you check it?
Yes, sir. One minute. I'm checking.
Minus 9,
Sir,
huh?
10 power minus 9 only.
Okay, so we'll go with that. So we have 3.668 into 10 power minus 9 t power 1.75 by p. Okay. Now it is easy for us to calculate for all the three cases. Okay. So first case, remember temperature should be in Kelvin. That is the only thing we have to take care. Other than that, it is given P equal to 1 atmosphere. We have to substitute as it is. Temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, which is 100 plus 273. 373 Kelvin. Okay. So first case you substitute. Second case, pressure is 2 atmosphere. T is same 373 Kelvin. Okay. Second case, third case, conditions are P is 1 atmosphere. T is 200 degrees Celsius, which is 200 plus 273, 473 Kelvin. Okay. So easy to get all the answers. It is mentioned that the answer will be in meter square per second, right? Okay. All of you please proceed. DAB, diffusivity of A in B. Here A is carbon monoxide, B is hydrogen. So we have simplified it for all three cases. In general it is like this. Okay. So this is one approach. Another approach is Pratyush will first determine the final answer directly. If you have done that way, so for second case, third case, we can make use of these two. D2 by D1 is equal to D is inversely proportional to 2P. It should be numerator. Yeah, please take care what is the proportionality. D is directly proportional to 2 and inversely proportional to P. That is correct. Okay. So this also you can make use if you have directly, if you are not even don't want to use this way. Directly you found out the first case value T for 100 degrees Celsius and pressure 1 atmosphere. You got DAB value directly for first case. Say for example, even in this also you have determined DAB first case. To find for other cases, we can conditions you can just simply change, make use of this to get the diffusivity with new conditions. Okay. So where D1 refers to T1 P1, sorry T1 P1, my D2 refers to T2 P2. So again for third case also I can do the same, right? So this I told you in the earlier class also I have mentioned that if the temp in a given whatever in literature you may get DAB value at a given temperature and pressure, you may be operating at a different temperature and pressure. Okay. So in these cases also we have to make use of the relationship. Either you have two choices, right? So here in this explicitly it is mentioned that use Fuller et al. Equation. Okay. So otherwise Gilliland equation we can use. According to Gilliland equation, this is 1.5. Okay, so in general, we can remember it to be n. We can say this is power n, and according to Tiller et al, n equal to 1.75. According to Gilliland, it is equal to 1.5. Okay. In GATE, they used to ask if this is n and m, what are the values of n comma m? Okay. Are the values?
Yes, sir.
1 second, I will note down in my paper. 3.668 into 10 power minus 9. So be correct if you get that. Okay. So first case. Murtaza, what is your answer?
Sir, 1.16
minus 4 we are
into
getting.
10 power minus 4. 10 power minus 4. Yes, sir.
Gas diffusion will be in 10 power minus 4, 10 power minus 5 range.
Okay, this is gas.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
1.16 into 10 power minus 4.
Okay, you can check it.
Yes,
Unit
sir,
is?
same. Meter square per second.
Meter square per second.
Okay, it was like that only. Same way, your name? Who told the answer?
Murtaza, sir.
And?
The Harsh.
Good. Second, somebody give chance to others.
5.8 into 10 power minus 6.
Yes, sir.
5.8 into 10 power minus 6. 10 power minus 6 I got.
5 or 6?
So 10 to the power minus 5, sir.
Because when you write 0.58, you will have different. When you say 5.8, you will have different. Take care of that. Okay. Yeah, 5.8
Yes,
into?
5.811 into 10 to the power minus 5.
Meter square per second.
Okay. So what's the name?
Lokesh, sir.
Anushka.
Lokesh and Anushka. What?
Yes.
Okay. Third case.
1.76 into 10 to the power minus
759 into 10 raised to minus 4. 759.
So it can be written as 1.76 into 10 to the power minus?
4 into minus 4 meters per second.
Meter square per second.
Minus 4, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your name? Sorry.
Saket.
Pritha.
Preetha. Another one?
Saket, section B.
Saket. Huh? So counter verify, Pratyush Dal. What's your answer?
Yes, sir, same. All three same.
All three same, no? 1.16, 5.81, 1.76. We have to verify whether these units, because we have EB, we have written without unit. I forgot, right? So we can verify that if something has to be changed here, then we have to rectify it. Okay. Otherwise, for a given set of values, our answers are these, right? 1.16 into 10 power minus 4 meters square per second, 5.8 into 10 power minus 5 meters square per second, and DAB is 1.76 into 10 power minus 4. Okay. So those who joined late, I repeat. So we are solving a numerical for Fuller et al. Equation in which we are supposed to substitute the values of temperature in Kelvin, pressure in atmosphere, molar volume, and molecular weight. Okay, these two only important. Yeah, DAB and will be in meter square per second. Okay. So what we did first is we have the value of molecular weight of carbon monoxide, molecular weight of hydrogen. Okay, so we calculated VA VB value used from the given data CHO. We have calculated this. and we simplified it to get a general expression so that we can solve this problem for 3 different conditions given, 3 different temperature and pressure are given. Okay, so for first condition we have temperature and pressure. Temperature should be in Kelvin, so we convert that and we get DAB value. Second condition, 2 atmosphere 373 Kelvin, we have DAB. And similarly, third condition, 1 atmosphere 200 degrees Celsius, we get 473 Kelvin, we get DAB value. Okay. Okay.
So V values.
Hmm.
So last time you gave some other values, and this time for this solution you have given a little different values.
Maybe at a given condition, so that's what we have referred to the book.
So one more doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So these are atomic values, right? We do summation to get the molecular values.
Do we?
We do summation to get the molecular value, right?
Yeah. This is individual.
But But in the last class you gave molecular values as well as atomic values, and they don't match, sir. Like they should be same, right?
So I gave this value, no? This is meter cube per kilo atom.
So here only, sir. Let's check for CO, for example, in this.
This is from another source.
Okay.
If it's given in the question, that's why I have taken as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if it is not given, you can take from the textbook. We'll stick to tray ball as the final one. So we'll come back to our topic today's one, experimental determination of gas diffusivity. Okay. So in last class itself, I have told you about this experimental setup. What I said. So how to determine experimentally the diffusivity of A in non-diffusing B. Okay. So we are doing experimental determination of A in non-diffusing B. So how this experiment can be performed? So before getting into the derivation, I will give you a sample of video. So do you have master answer lab this semester, or you completed?
Next sem.
Next sem, so that's okay. So coming to our department's master answer laboratory. So in ground floor we have master answer laboratory. Okay, so we have experimental setup called vapor gas diffusivity apparatus. So it consists of a U tube, it means a small test tube, a small diameter one. Okay, so one end is closed, bottom end is closed, and it is connected. It is a T-shaped experimental setup, right? So you have a larger diameter tube to facilitate flow of one of the species B. Here we are going to have a air enters from here, and we have the setup. So air will be flowing. So once you switch on the blower, so we have air will be flowing at a steady state across this larger tube. Okay, so it will enter in the, let me say B, species B is entering and it is leaving here. And what we can do is we have a opening here to fill up the liquid here. So in this small tube where the diameter is very small compared to that one, so what you can take for experimental purpose, you can take some easily vaporizable solvent like acetone. So we can take acetone and we can open this tap and we can fill it here. Okay, so if we can fill this, what happens? This level, it will have a level, right? So according to how much actually we should fill up to certain level of any particular scale so that we can measure the level easily. So you can see here, the liquid level is up to here. Pause it. You can see that I have filled a little extra, but okay. Any scale, so because we have a bigger scale here, you can see this values here, not 12, 11, 10, 9. So it is almost 9.5 is the liquid level at time equal to 0, right? So this is the experimental setup we are talking about. So we have a experimental setup. So we can consider a small tube, small diameter tube, and it has one end is closed and the upper end is connected to a larger diameter cylindrical tube, which is connected to a blower, which will facilitate the flow of air. It will take the air and it will be pumping it into this tube. So air will be continuously flowing. Okay. And if we have a liquid level, we cannot. Okay. So this is B will enter from the left and leave from the right. Okay. And what we can consider is I have to fill up to here only. So here I filled a little extra. I was holding camera in one hand. So what we can do is we can fill up to this level, means then only we are going to consider. Here also it is okay, because in comparison to the velocity of this air, because we are using some external force to run it, right? So this air will be flowing continuously, and the air in this small section where, let me say, this section we don't have water, let me say level is up to here only, means here we are going to have air. We can consider that air to be stagnant. So that is the thickness we can consider. Okay. So from this level, okay, so you can, from this level to this level, you can say there is a stagnant air above the surface of the liquid. Okay. In diagram I can show. So what we have is, we have a small tube and we have scale. Okay, and this is connected to some larger diameter on, so where A is B is entering. B is our air, and I have filled this with a liquid. Okay, so we have taken our solvent. Let me say any solvent. Even you can do it with water also. Water will also vaporize with time, right? So slow, but it will be very slow. You cannot complete the experiment in 3 hours. So we use some easily vaporizable solvent which is having low boiling point. Okay, so you have a solvent, liquid solvent can be taken. What will happen with respect to time? So you have air. So here A is entering. So here what we have is, so let me color the air as B. So what we have is, in this portion what we have is stagnant film of air. Okay, I can show you. So in this portion above the liquid level, up to this level we have this one. Okay, so if we consider this to be level 1, Z1, and this to be Z2, how nearer it may be or far it can be, this at time t equal to 0, and after time it can change, right? Let me say in this. So for this case, at time t equal to 0, we have a difference in height, right? Z2 minus Z1 at time t equal to 0. What will happen if we allow this to allow after certain time? This what will happen? So air is going here. Okay, so the concentration at this tip is, what is the concentration of A here? Concentration of A at the tip or reference level Z1 is equal to what?
0.
Why 0? Because this air is blowing. So whatever air, it will take away, it takes away the A from this point. So that's why the concentration, anytime what you call is at any instant time, whatever A is here, it is taken away. Okay, so that way it is negligible or 0. Okay, so we can take this concentration of air at the surface can be 0. And what about this surface? It's not the liquid that is diffusing through the stagnant film. It is not the liquid that is passing through the stagnant film. What is diffusing then? One of you? I am saying it is not the liquid which is passing through it. Then what is passing through it?
Vapor, sir.
Yes, vapors of A. So that's why what we are determining is gas diffusivity. Even though we are filling liquid here, okay, we are determining the gas diffusivity here. Okay, so we have vapors of A at this location. What do you have? Anything at the surface, we are having liquid becomes vapor. So whatever vapor is coming out of the liquid here, so we can say that similar to here, what is the condition? A is diffusing across a thick film of B. Okay, so thick stagnant film. That means we are considering a distance is Z2 minus Z1. So this is our distance, and concentration at the surface is 1. Let me say concentration at the surface is 2. So we have driving force is there, right? Here the concentration 2 is less than concentration at the 1. So that means Ca2 is 0 here. So we have Ca1 minus Ca2 is equal to Ca1. So we have driving force. According to Fick's law, the driving mass transfer flux will be there. NA will be there, and we have derived. Is there air is diffusing across this film to get into the liquid?
No, non-diffusing.
So here we have a condition of A is diffusing, B is non-diffusive. Okay, so we know the condition for this, and this is a gas phase. We can write these things in the terms of partial pressure also, right? Because it is gas. So we can equate the flux, we can make use of the flux expression in terms of partial pressure. Okay. So we have to make from the refer to table. Okay, so we have an expression for that flux expression, right? But and how these vapors are coming, we know that whatever is the flux, there is, let n flux is the in kg moles per meter square second, is the flux of A across stagnant film, whatever may be the thickness, right? Z2 minus Z1. Okay, but here this flux is something is happening, right? We don't have we across the stagnant film, we are not having vapor below it. What we are having is liquid. And how we are getting vapors here? What is taking place there?
Evaporation.
Yes, so there is evaporation of liquid, right? And there is flux of A. Then we have a rate of evaporation of liquid. We have flux of A. So flux of A is nothing but it is rate of transfer of A, right? Okay. So then at steady state, at steady state, at steady state, I repeat. Please mute your mic. All of you please check who is not unmuted. Okay. So we have a rate of evaporation of liquid and we have flux of A. Okay. At steady state, what is the condition? This rate of evaporation of the liquid should be equal to flux of A, right? Whatever is the amount being evaporated here, that is diffusing across this stagnant film, right? So that if you understood this, we can proceed to get a derivation for flux. Okay, so we are this, and remember here what will happen with respect to time. At time t equal to 0, we have a certain level. Okay, so we can stop. We can do two type of observation. So one is time t equal to 0, level is at 9. You can note down what is the time it takes to for this liquid to change its level from 9 to 8, or it is decreasing order. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right? So that way, how much time it takes to change 1 centimeter difference, or other way, every 5 minutes, what is the change in the level that can be observed, right? True or false?
Yes, sir.
Right. So with this is the experiment here. So what you can do, but remember that Z2 minus Z1 is not the same with respect to time, right? So this reference level is same. At this point, concentration of A is 0 because this air is taking away whatever is reaching here. So we have 0 concentration. And across this thin film of air, we have a liquid surface, right? So the diffusive flux we are getting, means the flux expression we have for A diffusing in non-diffusive B. But with the level Z2, what happens to Z2 is the Z2 is changing with respect to time, right? So we
Means are we using hot means SB non-diffusive hot air or normal air?
normal air. So it is better if you use hot air, which can accelerate the rate of evaporation. Your observation is correct. If you use hot air, temperature also playing a role so that evaporation will be accelerated, right? As I said, we are not using water. If you are going to use solvent water as the liquid here, then you may have to use hot air to affect that one. But here it is acetone. Okay, any other solvent, okay, which has a low boiling point, which can vaporize, which we can help us to complete our experiment quickly, right? So we want to get a relationship of, so that's what I wanted to show you here. So what we can do is observation. So we'll have a serial number. You can have initial height is there, final height you can mention. So when we start our experiment, you can wait for, here time is kept constant every 300 seconds. That means 5 minutes. Okay, so every 5 minutes, what is the level change? 75 to 70, 70 to 66, 66 to 65, 65 to 64, 64 to 62. Every 5 minutes, what is the level change is measured. Okay, so now we are going to derive an expression where we can substitute to get the final expression. Okay, so first thing to understand is we should know what is the experimental setup, what concept we are applying, because we are starting with this sentence saying consider a volatile liquid solvent whose diffusivity which has to be determined. Okay, so let the other component B, which is not soluble in A, so the is being used. Okay, and we have apparatus consists of a vertical tube sealed at the bottom to a larger is connected to a larger diameter. Okay, which is the overall setup looks in the form of T. This cell is called as Arnold cell. Okay, there is another name for this experiment which is called Stephen experiment. Okay, so this cell name is Arnold cell. This experiment name is Stephen experiment to determine the gas diffusivity. Okay, the vapor, actually we are considering a vapor, okay, gas phase of a liquid. Okay, so the liquid A is taken in the narrow vertical tube and the gas B is forced at a high speed through a horizontal tube, and evaporation of A is taking place and a mixture of A and B is leaving here. So what is here? So here A plus B. So here B is going. What is coming out of the system? It is A plus B. Okay. So A plus B is leaving this that right side of the horizontal tube. So the situation here is similar to diffusion of A through a non-diffusing B, right? So that's what we have seen. And liquid level in the vertical tube will be dropping very slowly. The level of liquid drops very slowly. Okay, and what we are assuming here is pseudo steady state approximation. Okay, so actually with respect to time, Z is changing. Okay, time comma Z is what we are measuring in the experiment also, right? So T versus Z is changing. Okay, that is Z is a function of time here, that particularly Z2 value, right? So, but what we are assuming is pseudo steady state. What does it mean? This rate of evaporation is equal to flux. So the moment the new level is changed, it comes in equilibrium with the vapor above it. Okay, so that equilibrium is existing, that instantaneously established. So once Z2, say for example 9 is there, next moment it is actually changing to be 8.9, next moment it is changing to be 8.8. It is taking very slowly. Okay, the level is changing very slowly, so that the level between at time t1 and t2 next time. Okay, so that we can always assume the equilibrium is there between the liquid and the gas above it. Okay, I repeat, liquid level in the vertical tube will drop very slowly and pseudo steady state assumption is reasonable. That is, A diffuses through the tube vertically at steady state at all time. So that is where we have to must making this assumption. Okay, what we are making is we are assuming it to be a pseudo steady state at which the rate of evaporation is equal to flux of A. Okay, and we are considering as the liquid level falls by a small amount, a new steady state of diffusion of A is established simultaneously. The moment the level is changed, that new steady state flux is there, because flux equation we have derived is for steady state condition, right? Okay. So now, so with that only we have to understand then what is the rate of evaporation you can write. Okay, what is the rate of evaporation? So how we can write the rate of evaporation? Let us write all the terms. Let NA be the flux of A. Here A is liquid and B is air. So DAB is what we are going to determine. Okay. So we have molecular weight of A, molecular weight of B means molecular weight of the liquid, molecular weight of air. Okay. So then we may have density. So density of liquid, rho A is density of the liquid. Partial pressure we can write, right? So we are considering a thin layer across which the partial pressure is changing, PA1 to PA2. Okay, so vapor gas phase, no? So this stagnant film, across this stagnant film of this we have PA1 concentration of A to be PA1 and PA2. Okay. Then what is the number of moles of A? Number of moles of A diffusing out of liquid. That is the rate of evaporation. Can you relate density, molecular weight, and then changing? It's a volumetric flow rate we are talking about, right? And let small a is the cross section area of vertical tube. Okay, so if small a is the cross section, this tube is there, we have a cross section area A meter square. Okay, and let us consider this direction to be z direction. Okay, and time is dt. So how you can write the amount of number of moles? Density, what is the unit of density? It is kg per meter cube. If I divide it by molecular weight, what I will get? Kg per kg mole. So what I get a rho by m value? Rho A by ma is having the unit of kg mole per kg cancel kg mole per meter cube. Okay, so if I multiply by with respect to time, so what is that? dz by dt is the changing, right? So if I multiply by this, what you get? And the cross section area is A, so that what you get? A into dz by dt. What is the unit? Meter square into, so this is unit, don't confuse the values here. Okay. This A is meter square, meter by dt is second. So what is that? We get meter cube getting cancelled. Okay, so what you have is A into rho A by ma into dz by dt. What is the unit for this?
Mole per time.
Mole per second. Okay, so this is the amount of, this much is the amount moles of A, number of moles of A diffusing out of the liquid is this, can be given by this expression. Understood? See, we have used all the process calculation thing. We made use of the different terms, simplified it to get right this one. Okay, it's a volume per unit time. Volume from volume by dividing by molecular weight, we have converted. If you remember fluid mechanics, we have meter cube per second, right? So then we used density kg per meter cube. Then we used molecular weight kg divided by kg per kg mole. So we cancel them to get kg mole per second. Okay, so this is the rate of evaporation. Okay, and already you have a expression for A diffusing in non-diffusing B. Okay, so now I am going to call somebody to show your notebook table. Okay, who is there? Ganesh, show me your table. Okay, Som Pandey. What you can do is you can take a photo and share the screen. That will be another way, because video it may not work properly. Good. Very table. Okay, final expression you have, no? This one only. Yeah. Good. So what is the expression? Same equation, right? So flux Na is Na for A diffusing in non-diffusive B is given by dAV P by RTZ into PA1 minus PA2 by PB logarithmic mean, right? So what I was writing is, so I have referring to our own class notes table, we have derived an expression for A diffusing in non-diffusive B. Okay, starting from general expression for fluids, we have simplified it in terms of partial pressure to get an expression Na equal to dAB into P by RTZ into PA1 minus PA2 by PB logarithmic. So A diffusing in non-diffusive B. Okay, so flux expression. So now at this we have assumed this pseudo steady state application is applicable. So what we can do? So this can be equated there, right? So here what is the unit? Kg moles per meter square second. Okay, so whatever may be the cross section change also there. So we can multiply by A here to make match here. Okay, otherwise also no fine. Because if you don't use this A, we will what we get is, if you want this amount of evaporation across this one, you have rho by m of A into dz by dt kg moles per meter square second if you divide by A. Okay. Okay. So the unit will be, you have this one. Okay. So this way that you take care. Unit for this we have this unit. If you are using this expression, you may better is to we put that expression for A Na for A cross section area. Na across this cross section area is A into dAB P by RTZ PA1 minus PA2 by PB logarithmic mean. Unit is kg mole per second. Either relate this and this or this and this. Okay, so that unit should be same when you are substituting the conditions. Okay, so that way, so what we have is A anyhow, then if you substitute this also, you are going to have A getting cancelled. So you have dz by dt into rho by m, rho A by ma. Okay, so equal to dAB P by RTZ PA1 minus PA2 by PB logarithmic mean. Okay, so now we know what to do. So time t1 level is z1. Time another time, so it's like same experiment you recall. Okay, so with respect to time, what will happen? So initially time t equal to 1, you have a certain level, and after certain time, what will happen? This level will decrease, right? So we have a t1 time t1 and time t2. We have different conditions. Okay. So just recall that one. So that when t equal to t1, z1, t equal to 2, you have z2. Here 1 and 2 does not refer to that level. Okay, so with respect to time, we are changing the parameters. Okay, or let me say any difference in values. Okay, let me say initial, let me say final, because for derivation, don't confuse with 1 and 2 here. Okay, so 1 and 2 refers to refers to this position, 2 refers to this position in this derivation, right? In this equation, 1 refers to at one level and PA2 is at another level where it is 0 actually, right? PA2 is 0 because whatever is the concentration at the other end, it is carried away. We have PA2 0. Okay, let it be there till we derive this expression. Okay, but what we are writing here is time t. Initially we have some z value, finally we have the value. So we can write like time changing from one time to another time, t1 to t2, or let me say time t equal to 0, the level is z1, and time any time t, the level is become z2. Okay, so this 2 refers to time, condition 1 and 2. Okay, so what that is the integrating limits, 0 to t, z1 to z2 is the integrating limit. Okay, or if you are getting confused with 1 and 2, use this value z0 and z1. Okay, because this one
Sir,
refers,
this Z2 will be sir, this Z2 will be less than Z1, na?
see, remember this is z1, at after certain time they will have uh, z1 z0. Okay,
Okay.
it is like say 10 9, after certain time it becomes 8. What we are understood?
Yes, sir.
The level, let it be now, we will not get into the numerical value. That's why we are generally deriving. Initially, let it be Z0, finally, let it be ZF. Okay, or Z1, Z1 you use. Because always, if you are considering the thin film, one condition refers to below the thin film, above condition refers to 2. So I am maintaining 1 at a final value. Whatever is initial, let it be Z0, Z1. There won't be any confusion. Okay. We are reaching our time. So you can integrate to tell me the answer. So separating z terms onto one side. So you have z here, right? So you have dz and dt, nothing else is there. Simple integration. Integration of z dz you will have in one side, and another all the terms are constant, and you have dt. Okay. Please complete the integration. So limit is there. So what you will get? Z square by 2 z0 to z1, whatever remaining term, integral dt 0 to t. Okay, all the remaining terms will be there. What is that? What are those remaining terms? dab p by rtz, no z, z we have taken away. Yeah, what are the terms? dab by rt, p total, pa1 minus pa2, pb logarithmic mean. Okay,
into MA by rho A.
ma by rho a. Yes, ma
Rho A.
by rho a. So these all terms will be there. Left hand side we are going to have z1 square minus z0 square by 2. Right hand side we are going to have t, right? So in this, if you rearrange to write what is dab, we have an expression for dab. Okay, So DAB should be there, so you please take care. We are keeping all the term to the other side except DAB means these terms will come to the numerator. So always we have rho by m. Okay, and rho by m. Two will be in the numerator, right? Or denominator. By 2 is in the denominator. RT will go to the numerator. PB logarithmic mean also will be the denominator, right? Rho by m has taken care. So PA1 minus PA2 will be in the denominator. Why 2 times I have written P total. So P total will be in the denominator or numerator.
Denominator, sir.
Okay, P by RT is it always. So we have P, RT, PA1 minus PA2 by PB logarithmic mean. Rho by m taken care. Where is the time? It will come in the numerator or denominator?
In the denominator.
Hmm?
Denominator.
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 Okay, so always we write 2t here. Okay. Any term missing out? Z1 minus Z1 square minus Z0 square by 2 RT by PT rho by m PA1 minus PA2. PB mean also in the numerator. Okay. So if you have this expression, so what we can do is, so we have observed in the experiment what you have done, you have measured the timings with respect to time, we have levels. Okay, new levels are there. So what we can do is we can calculate the DAB value using that formula. Okay, so we will get DAB using this formula. You have that parameter is the observation. This is the calculation table, right? So we can always calculate DAB value using the formula there. Okay, understood? So where we have derived an expression for DAB, which can be made use to experimentally determine the DAB value. Okay, so we will all of you got this value? Got this expression, final expression?
Yes, sir.
Now I request
Yes,
you
sir.
to check the unit tally. I want you to substitute the unit of each term in the right, because after derivation verification is, I have to get meter square per second in the left hand side. Can you show the units of all the terms? Because this is asked in Viva. Show me the unit of DAB expression is meter square per second. Okay, so can we do that now and stop? So density unit is kg per meter cube. Z is meter square, Z square. R value we know, kilopascal meter cube per kg mole Kelvin. Temperature is Kelvin. Pressure, average pressure is whatever you need, because there are 3 pressure. Let us substitute kilopascal, because R value we are substituting in kilopascal. Okay, time is seconds. Okay, molecular weight is kg per kg mole. Into pressure is kilopascal, and again pressure difference is kilopascal. Check it getting cancelled or not, all the units. Murtaza is there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guide me how to cancel. Which one to cancel?
Sir, that kg mole got cancelled.
Okay.
Kelvin
Kelvin cancels. Okay.
kilopascal.
So there are 2 kilopascal in the numerator, 2 kilopascal in the denominator. Okay.
Sir, meter square by meter cube, that 1 by meter.
So this meter cube is here. Here meter square is there. Here meter cube is there. So meter square, meter cube gets cancelled. Okay. Next.
Sir, kg
Hmm.
to kg will cancel.
Get cancelled. So what is left out?
Meter square per second.
Okay. So we have meter square per second as the unit of DAB shown. Okay. All of you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this lecture, we have done two numericals to determine the gas diffusivity using Fuller et al. Equation at three different cases of temperature and pressure, and we have seen the experimental determination of gas diffusivity, in which we have considered a solvent and its vapor. So the diffusion of its vapor across a stagnant film is considered, and we have arrived at a final expression. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will do some numericals using this experiment expression for diffusivity as a function of density, molecular weight, time, level, right, pressure, partial pressures, all that. Okay. Thank you so much for joining this classroom. We'll continue in the next class. If you have any doubts, please contact me.